Yo,
Yo,
Ethan, what is good, my boy? Yo, it is Friday. It's April
good
2nd.
Friday.
It's Good Friday. Amen. We have another episode of Radical Films Podcast. I'm Daniel.
I'm Ethan, and of course, Chris is here in spirit. He will tell you right now to subscribe under below.
I don't think you say it like that. You'll probably try to scare the dog crap out of somebody, but
Yo, if you do not subscribe right now, Chris is coming to your house right now to make you do it right now. Be careful, all right?
yeah, let's get the subscribers up. It's a journey. We're here for it. We're having fun with it. Share the video if you like the video. Throw some likes on other videos. Maybe down the line we can do collaborations with people. We can bring people on here. We got some ideas. It's just getting the stepping points, which is AKA please subscribe.
Exactly. We want people to be active. We want suggestions. We want people to interact with us. Like, we want to know how you guys feel about these videos.
Yeah, or even topics you guys want to talk about. Because sometimes we sit here like, so you want to try this? And, if you guys have a great topic, then it'll work out. I know somebody, Dylan, a few days ago said, so talk about pillows then when we made that joke about talking about pillows. So maybe in another video, we'll discuss the pillows. Reselling 101 or something. But today, Ethan, I want you to talk about the opening topic you brought up and how we're kind of going to argue it.
Because lately I've been hearing so much about Drake. Oh, hit for hit, he's the best ever. Is he? Is Drake really the best? Drake really the best?
We're talking about this over all music too, right? Not just hip hop. All right, bet. So
pop music, R&B, everything.
So let's clarify that first. Cool. Next, we'll be talking about Roy Williams with UNC. He retired. We're going to talk about what impact that might have. Talk about him as a coach. And just talk about the NCAA a little bit with the Final Four set in stone and the games coming up soon. Transition into the NBA from there. Talk about the Knicks. Talk about the Thunder. Talk about things that have been going on throughout the NBA, such as LaMarcus Aldridge making his debut and what we like, what we don't like. And we'll wrap it up with MLB talk. Yankees played their first game yesterday. I need a vent session. Ethan could even watch the Mets. He needs a vent session. And we're going to make some quick predictions about what we think could go down since it's still very early in the season.
Very, very early. Let's get it.
Let's get it. So, E, bring up the topic for Drake. Give your argument, and then I'll go next.
Drake, pound for pound, hit for hit, is not the greatest artist ever. That's the argument. Is he the greatest artist ever to do it? And in my opinion, no. Like, I can listen to a whole Michael Jackson album, no problem. King of pop. I don't think Drake is close to that. People would say he's like a radio artist and he has so many hits throughout the years since 2009, but I don't understand the Drake hype.
I'm a piggyback off what you said. The argument I'm gonna make for that is, if you put a Michael Jackson song, there are kids, there are adults, there are old people that will know, yo, that's Michael Jackson. Like, I could play. I'm talking about, like, yo, even my grandparents that barely know English. My grandmother knows how to talk English. My grandfather understands English and can talk it a little bit. But you play Michael Jackson for them, they know the voice and say that's Michael Jackson. If I play Drake for them, it's gonna go over their head to the point where they'll be like, yo, I don't even know who this is. I don't know what he's saying. I don't care. Like, I feel like it's the one Michael Jackson. Like, yo, even little kids know who Michael Jackson is. So it's like, yo, like, you can even make the argument for other people. Like, I mean, I was going to say R. Kelly, but the controversy with him doesn't help.
We're not even going to mention his name.
Yeah. But, like, there's just certain people that no matter what, like Bob Marley, everybody knows Bob Marley's music. Everybody knows who Bob Marley is. Like, and he just has one embodiment of work. Like, he doesn't have a lot, but what he does have is just straight fire. So, like, I feel like Bob Marley and Michael Jackson can make a greater argument than Drake.
Exactly. And if we're going new school, I can even listen to a Kanye album compared to a Drake album. Like, hit for hit, of course, would be argumental. But Kanye, I can listen to College Dropout, Graduation, Late Registration, no problem.
Word. I mean, yeah, like you were saying, like even if you look at Drake in general, like I think the last Drake album that I could say I really sat there and could listen to the entire thing in entirety was Nothing Was the Same and Take Care, maybe. Those were like the last two that I could say I could sit through, and even then I have to look at the albums because I haven't heard them in entirety in a minute, so I can't tell you what's the entirety of the album to tell you I would really do it. So, like you were saying, Kanye, I could do it. Old Jay Z, I could do it. New Jay Z, newer Jay Z is kind of on the fence.
Yeah.
Travis Scott, who people are debating now, like his name is coming up a lot in more recent things. He's somebody I could listen to nonstop. Even Bad Bunny, is and Bad Bunny, I
Uh,
can even make an argument that like if he continues at the trajectory he's going, which I doubt he's dropping music, but let's just say he were to continue dropping music, he could be bigger than Drake because I know people who don't know Spanish at all. I'm talking like my African American friends talking about like, yo, play some Bad Bunny, and I'm like, okay, like they don't know Spanish and they're down to listen to it. Like,
Honestly, I've listened to all his songs, and I'll go the whole song, reciting the whole thing. I don't know what he's saying. I really don't know what he's saying, but I look it up after, of course. But I he's just so big international now, like WWE and everything he's doing right now. So he's just known.
word. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put Drake up there personally. I mean, people are probably gonna call me a hater, but I can't. When he starts to do his little singing softness, I'm like, skip, 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 skip. Like I can't, bro.
I agree. Like I don't understand people that can listen to Marvin's Room all the time, like Take Care and all the radio hits. Like I'm tired of One Dance. Tired of it. That track gotta go. Like I can't listen to that ever again.
Like I said, if you play Drake for the older generation, it's gonna go right over their head. Um, you play like I've heard old heads like at the barbershop talk about Bad Bunny. I'm like, yo, what? And my barber African American too, so like he talks about Bad Bunny too, and I'm like, I guess
He's he's just as big now. He's just as big.
he's barely dropped anything. Like most of his things were like singles, and then he dropped maybe like 3, 4 albums, which one was a collab album, but like fire, just straight fire. So I don't know Drake. I don't know. I can't. When I look
I
at it
feel
from that
like
perspective,
I feel like when it's gonna come down to it, we're gonna be saying all the greatest, of course, Biggie, Michael Jackson. Then people are gonna argue, oh, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Kendrick, Drake, and that's probably gonna be like the big argument in the future. I see it that you don't even think Drake is up there with Eminem and Lil Wayne. I can already see it.
Eminem, I don't know because Eminem there's so many like narratives on him, so I don't know. Drake, I can see getting in that argument. Kendrick, I doubt it. Like
Really?
me, personally, I
Look,
think in the hip hop, yeah, but like hip hop rap, like yeah, but like in general as a whole, like nah.
fair enough.
Um, yeah, I don't see Eminem or Kendrick. Drake, yeah, because it's Drake. Like everybody sucks Drake, but Eminem, there's like you can ask 10 people in a room and you'll hear like 8 different opinions on Eminem, and then two
You're
people
definitely
have the
right on
same
that.
opinion. So,
You're definitely right on that.
unfortunately, with somebody like Eminem, it's gonna take for him to pass away, and then they'll be like, "Oh wow, yeah, he's the greatest," and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, y'all are some a holes," because when homie was alive and well, they were talking all that crap. Now that he's dead, everybody all of a sudden is an Eminem fan, and he's the best. Having a pop smoke. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know. He was just nice, but I'm not gonna go there. That's a whole
Juice
different
World, same
conversation.
thing.
Again, he was. I'm not gonna have this conversation. Him and MF Doom, like they were all nice.
It's good. The same thing happened to Tyler the Creator too. Unfortunately, like when Tyler the Creator finally leaves this planet, everybody will be
That
like,
he's, in my opinion, still one of the greatest. But people, it goes over everybody's head.
yeah, because he went from he went from Igor to like if you look at his old stuff and you're like, yo, he really transitioned and could do like whatever the heck you put him to do. Like, you know what
From
is
Goblin
yeah,
to
like
Flower Boy to Igor, like I'll talk for the whole podcast. I don't want to do it.
We'll make that another thing. Most underrated rappers. That'll be another one that we could do.
I agree.
Word. So with that said, so we're talking about GOATs. Let's transition to NCAA basketball now. You probably won the out tournament challenge because I had Michigan winning and they choked to UCLA. Another team I told y'all that I wouldn't be surprised they upset before that Michigan game against Alabama. They did, and my bracket's F. We got Gonzaga.
The Zaga boys.
My thing was if Gonzaga played Michigan, I could see Michigan beating them. Now that Gonzaga's playing UCLA, like I don't see it.
I agree.
And then Baylor, Houston, the only team that could stand in Gonzaga's way is Baylor now. If Houston beats Baylor, like I don't see Houston beating Gonzaga. So,
Nope.
Ethan won a tournament challenge because of the fact that I have 970 max points. Chris already hit his max points of 500. That was big.
He thought Georgetown was going to the Final Four.
Look. We're not. He's not here. We're not gonna bash him. We're not gonna talk about him. He's not here. We'll wait for him to come back, and then we'll let him have it.
I agree.
And then you, Ethan, have a maximum of 1,300 points because you still got Zaga. But the biggest news has been Roy Williams retired from UNC.
Trip Williams.
So what happens now? What does UNC go? What do they do? Who do they sign? Who do you look for? Is UNC going to be the same anymore? What happens? What's your projections on?
I feel like when it comes to college basketball, coaches are so important. Like in recruiting, because you see Duke and UCLA, people always want to get recruited by them. So to pick someone for that, they got to really look for this one, because look who you're replacing.
Roy Williams. He's top 3 in wins, I think it is.
Yep.
Yeah, so replacing Roy Williams is going to be tough. That's like you said, that's going to be a challenge and a half. I think the only thing that goes for UNC is Jordan. Honestly, like everybody's like, "Oh, Jordan went to UNC," so that's going to be one thing that they can always bank on. But I don't know what to do about coaches now.
I wouldn't even know where to look. Like I don't know. I don't even know where to start.
And it was a blindside too. I was not expecting him to retire, especially the way they just went out the last season. Like I'm like, oh, she'll be back. Like, nah, he ended on a low note. I was like, wow, that's a shocker. I guess this team really gave him a few scares with his health and said, you know what, this isn't worth it no more.
I'm not as excited. Like I can't do this anymore. I already got my wins.
Oh God. I'm trying to think. Who do you get? 'Cause I know Jordan's not going to coach. Like, no.
He already owns the whole team, the Hornets, and he's too worried about that right now.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm trying to think who went there because there was so many great players that went there. So they'll probably just sign an old player. Because look what Michigan did. They got Juwan Howard back from the Fab Five to coach, and they made it all the way down to the Elite Eight. So they could probably get an old player who's been in talks with the NBA and stuff, and they're like, you know what, let's give him this chance here.
I agree.
Word, so we're going to have to just wait and see. So, do you want me to rant first about the Knicks? Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to would you like to bring it up?
No, because you guys blew a 9-point lead or 11-point lead to the Wolves,
18,
but
18 to make it
18. So I'll let you just rant, and I'll just sit here.
So, do you want me to start with the actual game? Do you want me to start with aftermath of the game?
Start however you like. Oh, you're talking about the interview? just go. Just start.
So, first off, let me start by saying the Knicks signed somebody finally. Norvell Pell. He's going to be our center. He's going to be the third stringer. I didn't really care because at the end of the day, he's basically just going to be back up to Taj and Noel until Mitch comes back anyways. So it is what it is. Still got a free roster spot. We need to go out and get somebody. I don't know who. Just get a veteran to just have in a locker room and talk with these young players. Bring back Amon Shumpert. I was thinking, all right, so here was my dream scenario, right? I was like, yo, they should bring back Amon Shumpert so he could teach RJ how to play defense. I know you can't you can't like teach certain skills because some of those things just come naturally. But imagine like Amon Shumpert tapping into RJ's head and helping him like develop defensively the way that Amon Shumpert was known to play defense. Like that would be scary. So
It would.
according to Anthony Edwards, it wouldn't. But that's either near nor there. I'll transition into that. So that's first off. We signed some people. We're filling up some holes. We got to get healthy. Derrick Rose did not play. Julius Randle looked like he was still playing hurt until the third quarter when he just started going off and then cooled down. I am tired of Elfrid Payton. Like I said, I need to start that GoFundMe ASAP. Like everybody in New York needs to be down. I need contributions from everyone. Donate as much as you can, please. Don't do if don't sign it unless you're donating. Like we really need to get this man out. He is so trash. Oh my god, he can't execute. He had like 2 turnovers, bro, at the like very end of the game. Like there was one, he had the ball. He's like dribbling back to the 3-point line. Anthony Edwards just comes behind him, slaps it, and just dips and dunks it. I'm like, nice. Elfrid Payton's dude.
I never seen a player get so much hate from Knicks fans until now. Like everybody really hates his man.
You know Knicks fans, bro. Like what you can give us like a dude with that you could give us Udonis Haslem and we'll find a way to support him. So for us to all be like, yo, get rid of Elfrid Payton, he's so trash, like
That's saying a lot.
and my thing is like you could make the argument, oh, start Derrick Rose, start quick. I don't want to see him on a second unit. It's gonna make it worse. Because Obi Toppin needs Derrick Rose because he needs somebody that can get him the ball. Alec Burks needs Derrick Rose because he can't be the only one handling the ball in that second unit. Noel and Taj Gibson are not the types to get their own plays. So you need a good point guard. So that's why I'm like, all right, if worst comes to worst, start quickly or start Frank Ntilikina for all I care. Because you're making an argument from Tom Thibodeau of, oh, I like the defense that Elfrid Payton brings. And I'm like, bro, Frank Ntilikina is better defensively. And if I'm going to watch somebody go 2 for 15, I'd rather watch Frank Ntilikina do that than Elfrid Payton.
But you know how Thibodeau gets. Like, if he loves that player, he's playing 50 minutes a game.
I know. And the crazy part is he just came off an injury. He's been playing like 20-something minutes. But, that's whatever. So, yeah, Elfrid Payton's doo-doo. Yeah. Then we come to the end of the game. Elfrid Payton, yet again, great defensive player that Tom Thibodeau loves, decides, let me go in and help to defend Anthony Edwards on a drive and leaves Malik Beasley wide the hell open. RJ Barrett got stuck in between Ricky Rubio at the corner and Beasley at the elbow, and he did not know who to go for. So he did one of these, like, those little moves that they do to try to, like, see who's he going to. He bit on Rubio too much, and Malik Beasley pulls up. So that puts him over. Elfrid Payton drives in, misses a layup. Whoop the hell, dude. I'm like, all right, bro. I don't even know why you're on the court still. Taj Gibson puts it back in, whatever. No, my bad. He didn't put it back in. Taj Gibson gets the rebound. This is the thing that had me like a little like, okay, this is when they had not Taj Gibson. Reggie Bullock got the rebound. Taj tipped it. Reggie Bullock grabs it, falls on the floor, calls timeout. It should have been a foul on Karl-Anthony Towns because he flew in through the back and hit Reggie Bullock. And normally that's a foul, but whatever. 5 seconds left. Knicks have a chance. I'm like, all right. This is the funny part. I knew we were going to lose because I told my dad, I'm like, watch, they're going to choke this. They are going to choke this right now. I see RJ Barrett get the ball from Julius Randle. I'm like, okay, he's got Karl-Anthony Towns. He's going to blow by him. Tries to fade away, shoot it. I'm like, okay. And it hits the front rim, and we lose. I'm like, nice. So I'm like, I don't know why RJ didn't just draw a foul, or I don't know why they don't just give the ball to Quickly, who knows how to draw fouls, but, whatever. Learning pains, very young team. This is our first year with Tibbs, our first year with this, I guess you could say, revamped team, because last year they did not look this good. So Anthony Edwards at the end of the game starts to talk and says, oh, yeah, we wanted RJ Barrett with the ball. We didn't want nobody else with the ball, but when we saw RJ Barrett with the ball, we were all happy.
Yeah, when he said that on interview to everybody, that had me crying.
But Ethan, be honest, how do you feel about players talking like that, like when you're a rookie?
You gotta leave it in the huddle. Like, the coach probably said that too, but like, you don't put it in the interview. And he just speaks his mind already. He's just a rookie. Like, if it wasn't for LaMelo getting hurt, he wouldn't even win Rookie of the Year. So I don't think he should be talking like that.
Like my problem with it was like, yo, why don't you just say straight up like, oh yeah, RJ Barrett's a talented player. Not don't even. You just gotta straight up be like, yo, they're all capable of making a shot. They're all capable of making a basket. We try to play tough defense, and luckily, the ball didn't go in. Just say something like, why you gotta be like, oh yeah, we wanted RJ Barrett to get the ball. Like, you could ask a lot of people. I don't think anybody wants RJ Barrett getting the ball because he could really drive on anyone and everyone. And if he's on with a shot, like he hits it. Because then, what do you say then when they ask you, so what happened with RJ Barrett that he was able to get a shot like that and he makes it? Like, what are you going to say then? Because then you're going to look foolish when you say, oh, yeah, we wanted him with the ball. And everybody's like, but he just hit that shot. So why'd you let him get the ball?
It was the way he worded it. Like, it just wasn't, in my opinion, unprofessional. And next time RJ sees the Timberwolves, he's going to try to drop 40 as much as he can.
Oh, no. I'm glad you said that because RJ Barrett took it personally, like Michael Jordan said, when they kept him out of the all-rookie team. He elevated his game. Now you got Anthony Edwards talking crap, and RJ's missed like 2 game winners this year. Just wait till next year. That's all I'm gonna say. Just wait till next year. RJ Barrett gonna be nasty. Watch, calling it right now. But anywho, luckily that same night the Thunder happened to beat the Raptors.
I still don't know how, but yes, we did.
Ethan, who has been a shining player for you guys right now?
Bro, Sevy from the Pistons. I don't know why, but he went off that game at Moses Brown, which I'm impressed. The Moses Brown kid is impressive. I'm happy we signed him officially because he's been getting double-doubles ever since hitting that starting lineup. It's probably Al Horford teaching the kid too, so that's even better. But we beat them by like 19. They have Siakam and Fred VanVleet, so like what's going on that we're beating these teams? Like we should not be beating these teams.
I think it's that normal thing of you go in, you see the Thunder on paper, and you're like, but then like they just start hitting mad shots, and then you're like, oh shit, they're hot. Okay, let's try to play. But then like you're cold, and the Thunder just keep playing hot, and then you're like, oh damn.
It must be every game because we're 20-27 without shot, without Horford at times. Like I'm not understanding why we're winning, but we'll take it because we still got the Rockets pick. But good for you guys because Raptors going lower in the seed.
Yeah, let me pull up the standing. That came up clutch. The Knicks a few days ago were like in 4th place. Now we're in 6th, but whatever. Can't complain. Boston they got smacked by Dallas that same night too.
People been so mad about the Celtics this year because Kemba, Brown, Tatum, now all healthy and they're still playing horrible.
They need a center, bro. Like they're in dire need of a center. And I personally feel like Jason Tatum should not be playing the 4. He should be playing like the 3. And I think they need like size. Like they need some real size on that team.
Their size is power forward. I don't see Tristan Thompson and Robert Williams as like a true center.
Tristan Thompson's like a situational center. Like if you play the Lakers, you can't use him at the 5. Like he's gonna get dogged, and you can't really put him at the 4 because it's Anthony Davis. He's gonna get dogged. So
exactly. Hey, you see the top of the standings. I mean, we talked about them all year.
Brooklyn.
I mean, we saw they smoked. I forgot what team.
Charlotte.
Yesterday. Charlotte by the first quarter, like 42-13, and LA looked good. So I don't know how they're all gonna look when they all have the starting 5, but I'm looking pretty.
What's gonna be the starting 5? Out of curiosity.
They already said LA is gonna be the center. Blake is gonna play the 4. KD, Harden, and Kyrie. They don't want none of them switching up the bench or anything. They just said that's the starting 5.
Let me start off.
Yeah.
Then I'll let you go. Marcus Aldridge is a biatch. Because when the Knicks try to sign him, when we have Kristaps Porzingis, he was like, "Yo, I don't want to play the 5," and that's why he didn't sign with the Knicks. Because we're gonna make him play the 5. And now look at you, you ring chasing bum. Now you want to play the 5, right? But anyways, go ahead, Ethan.
Well, I was gonna say, still, it's size against skill. I mean, LA, Drummond and AD and LeBron, you're not stopping all three in the paint. LA just looked good yesterday because we haven't seen them play that well in a while. I mean, 9, and 6. It's not impressive stats, but for LA, that's impressive.
Yo, I mean, oh god, I don't even know where to start, especially because they didn't have Harden and they didn't have KD last night. I mean, the Charlotte Hornets, given without LaMelo, shouldn't be a problem. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on the Brooklyn Nets still. Maybe I'm a hater. OD a hater. Call me what you want. I don't care. Like I'd rather wait before I give them that.
Fair enough.
Miami jumped all the way up to 5th place, 25-24. They've been a team that's been dealing with COVID and other injuries all season, so they've been all over the place.
Depot looked good yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing him play, he looked pretty efficient.
He all of a sudden looked like Thunder Oladipo and Pacers Oladipo, but that's either.
That's another signing you guys wanted.
I personally I didn't want him because I feel like we could sign him in the offseason. I didn't want to trade for somebody that's going to be a free agent after what I saw happen with Melo, especially when you know that person maybe is considering coming to the Knicks pretty heavily because then look what happened with Melo. We gave up too much, and everybody was like, you could have just waited and signed him, and we're all like, okay, but it's still Melo. And then like years later, we're like, wow, we effed that up bad. We could have had Jamal Murray. That pick that had Jamal Murray for the Nuggets, that was the Knicks pick. And yeah, that's oh god, bad memories again. Anyways,
shall we go to the West?
Yeah, let's look at the West real quick. No surprises. Utah, Phoenix, Clippers, Lakers. I'm surprised the Lakers are still in 4th, 5th seed. I thought by now they'll be like in 10th.
They won the last 2 games. I forgot against who, but they actually been winning games here and there. With damn Kuzma, Trez, and Dennis Schroeder.
And that's my thing though. The fact that they've lost 1, they're 5-5 in the last 10. Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, and Dennis Schroeder have been holding up pretty solidly. I mean, obviously against the Bucks they got smoked because it's the Bucks, but still, like considering like who's on that team right now, like they're holding up pretty decently. Like considering, so imagine when you plug in a Drummond who played a few minutes and then bust up his soul. You put in AD and you put in LeBron. That team is like low key kind of scary.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That size differential against everybody that plays that small ball, it's not gonna be pretty.
Yeah, like you telling me Blake Griffin will guard Anthony Davis? Well, let's if the Lakers and Nets make it to the finals, let's put it that way. Because the Clippers also beat finals last year, and we saw how that went.
The 3-1 lead to the Nuggets that are 5th right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that matchup for the Lakers though in the first round. Lakers Nuggets.
Only because Jokic is MVP, like top 5 right now. It's not looking good because he can do everything.
And Jamal Murray, we saw what happened in the playoffs last year. Out of nowhere, he just flipped the switch and it was over. Like,
I know we said it before. Aaron Gordon's not gonna be a big difference, but he has been playing solid. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got better players around him now that can actually put his skill set to use as opposed to the Magic where you're looking at him like, yo, so you dropping 50 tonight? And he's like, bro, like, I just dropped 30 yesterday and we still lost. Like, what are you talking about? And we got Vucevic. Look at him dropping 50. What? Like, we losing. Do something.
Exactly. And going to that 50 number, which is funny, because there was an interview with him and Dwayne Wade, and Dwayne Wade goes, "Why do you have the number 50?" And you know what Eric Gordon wanted to say, but he said it respectfully. Oh yeah,
Shaq said it for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, we'll see. How do you feel about 6, 7, 8? Portland, Dallas, and the Spurs.
I have mixed feelings. Dame MVP caliber, Luka MVP caliber, but their role players are just, in my opinion, just still not it. Like Porzingis is not it. CJ is
Who you
good, but not
telling?
exactly. CJ defensively, I feel like is not it either. So it's hard to say because look at how many points Portland's given up. 115. Like they have the highest almost in the West.
Yeah, the only other team higher than them is the Kings, who gave up 118, and the Timberwolves were the worst team in the league, giving up 116.
Exactly. So you literally have to score more than your opponent only to win.
And even then, that's asking for a lot. Because
Exactly.
115 points,
Exactly.
let's say for whatever reason, Portland were to slide down to have to play the Suns or Jazz. I don't see them making it out of either one of those games at all. Even
I
though the
don't.
Clippers.
Yeah. Then you got 5 and 6, and that's Lakers and Clippers. So even the Nuggets, I don't see them being the Nuggets. Like I, I just don't have faith in that team
Yeah,
until they
Dallas,
change. Yeah.
Dallas keep losing for like.
We know how much you hate Dallas.
I just want that pick. I don't care about nothing else. I just need a good pick from them. That's all I want. How you
Yeah,
feel
let's
about the
hope they
Spurs
drop
though?
more. Spurs, I feel like is just there. I mean, I feel like DeMar doesn't even want to play. Derek White and Murray's gonna be nasty in the future. Like that rookie core is gonna be nice, but right now they're not gonna do it. They're gonna get swept. Like whoever they play, they're gonna get swept. I'd
You think,
rather see the Warriors. Like
I was just about to ask you. You think the Warriors or Memphis will make a push for that eighth seed?
I want to see the Warriors play, but they're another team that slacks. Like Steph Curry keeps getting hurt. Like he's not playing tonight.
Steph Curry injures his tailbone. Has been out with that. Did he come back from that yet? Technically speaking, or was that
He
still just
did
an injury?
for a game or two and then got hurt again. So it's just not consistent
Then you
without
got
Clay.
Kelly Oubre, who I've told you many times is not like that, and people are seeing firsthand now that I just wasn't talking out of my ass.
He's really not like that.
Andrew Wiggins, that poor kid, man. I was supposed to be
He's
the
been
next.
killing it. Not for nothing, he's been killing it. But again, it's not that much support to do to win games.
Like I said, it's that narrative, bro. When he was coming into the league, everybody was saying, "Yo, this is the next LeBron." And you remember me saying, "Yo, you're putting LeBron next to LeBron. That could be dangerous." And then he traded him, and I'm like, "Oh, damn." So that poor kid,
Even
I feel bad for him.
even my man Jabari Parker that's just not signed. They've been like there's so many players that just don't talk about certain teams,
Jabari Parker, wow, that's the name I forgot about.
right? And he was supposed to be nice, and they
I mean,
just
the
ruined it.
ACLs that definitely didn't help his case, but Andrew Wiggins has been, for the most part, pretty healthy and hasn't had any
Not
freak accidents. So
yeah, it's just not as impressive as people thought.
I still think it's not fair to blame him. I think you put him with Clay and Steph, and then maybe we might see something unlock. But yeah, Kelly Oubre going 2 for 50 in a 4 game stretch definitely won't help you as a player.
Should have just traded him. Take whatever you can get, like we do.
No, you guys are out of control. Somebody needs to put a stop to that. This, you know what they need to do in the off season? They need to make a Thunder rule and then the buyout rule. All right, the Thunder rule has to be you can't have more than 20 draft picks for 10 years. Like that's
If
all you.
they make a rule because of us, I'll really on this
They're
podcast just
gonna,
start
bro.
laughing for
I
two
guarantee,
minutes.
I guarantee you, Ethan. In 5 years, they're gonna make a Thunder rule where you can't
that
trade
would
players just for any pick unnecessarily. Like there has
that
to
would
be
be
something.
amazing. That'd be amazing if we really could manage to change the rules by then.
Weren't they going to change the rule after the Nets and they did change the rule after the Nets and the Celtics trades? So just
They
just
did.
wait and see. Just wait and see what's going to happen. Watch, I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
Uh, it's crazy. We're gonna see how this season ends more than anything.
That's a fact. But just to wrap it up, let me just add on to that. Like, look at the Rockets, right? The Rockets are going to have their own picks for the next 2-3 years now. So, and you guys got pick swaps on top of that to make it worse.
Shout out to Westbrook.
Them poor
It's not even playing for them anymore.
And that's the funny. Yo, the Rockets have been so terrible, bro. Oh my god, they gave up James Harden for a bag of chips. They gave up Westbrook for a bag of chips, and John Wall. John Wall's been killing it for them. I'm gonna give John Wall his credit where it's due, but
But nah, it's not looking good for
that
the Rockets
core,
at
that
all.
core too, bro. Like Daniel House, Kevin Porter Jr., Christian Wood. Like you're forced to sign people now. You're not gonna be able to trade it. Like not gonna be able to draft anybody. Yo, y'all
We're
are effed
doing
up, man. They're gonna make a rule. I'm gonna start another a petition online, the Thunder Rule, and we're gonna sign that one too, right next to the GoFundMe for Alfred Payton.
it's only supposed to be 30 limit trade rule. You can't go over 30 picks.
Crazy, bro, out of control. Somebody's to put a stop to this. But
Going on to the lighter side, to New York side. Let's jump right into your Yankees.
that's exactly what I was about to bring up with you. You want to start with the Yankees or the Mets? I mean, we can go.
I mean, to start with the Mets, I mean, we didn't play because people got COVID, you know.
They they,
The
they canceled
National,
they canceled your whole series with them.
because you know, Nationals ruined last year, then this year, so they're just continuing on. So yeah, we didn't get to see how we were gonna play, but I guess we'll figure out later on.
Word.
Let's see,
So I guess it's another rant session.
the floor is yours.
Okay, where do I start? Garrett Cole. I don't know what's been going on with Garrett Cole. That every game he pitches, he has to give up a home run. Like it's no in between. I'm gonna get. He literally is. This is how it goes. Either A, he's giving up a home run, or B, it's like okay, you're gonna get another run from scoring like one run. It's always 4-2 runs he gives up now. When he was on the Astros, I don't know if there was some cheating going on the pitching side too that we're not hearing about. But all I know is he ain't looking as dominant as he was with the Astros. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, Two, when are the Yankees finally gonna stop being so analytical? Like, when are we finally gonna see a bunt? You know, stealing a base and a hit and run. Like, I'm tired of this new age of baseball. Of oh yeah, well the numbers say that bunting the ball will not produce a run the same way that hitting a home run would. I'm like, yeah, and clearly him striking out just didn't do anything the same way that bunting probably would have moved the runner over at least. But you know, that's neither here nor there. So that's what lost us the game because we had like 2-3 chances to do something like that, and they could have executed. Aaron Judge choked with bases loaded and 1 out, hit into a double play that screwed us over. I just want to see. I just want to see a change, bro. When it comes to that, like I don't know if how many more years Aaron Boone needs to be a manager to think to himself like, you know what, let's bunt this because like yo, oh my god, the crazy part is they literally stole second base, right? They take out Gary Sanchez who gets walked. They steal second, no outs, and like they strike out the next three, and I'm like, so we couldn't bunt somebody over the third to maybe pray to God that. Oh no, I'm sorry. He stole third too. On top of that, my fault.
Yep.
Yeah, so they couldn't do nothing with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
going back to the analytic point, I feel like the Yankees stay the most consistent. Like I feel like they're like, oh, we've been doing this for years, so let's keep doing it. Like, let's not change what we're doing, in my opinion.
And it's funny because Joe Girardi, our old manager, he got fired because he didn't want to do the analytics. Like I feel like baseball just needs that perfect mix. Like you got to be able to look at the situation and be like, yo, screw this, rip the paper and be like, yo, go bunt, like do something, go steal, go bunt. We're gonna try to get a run like this. And if it doesn't work, I'd rather take that to see somebody strike out and be like, okay, cool, like that did so much. Thank you.
And, and not going to even the play style, like even for the viewer themselves, like that's why they feel like they can't really watch baseball like that because the change is not there.
And that was the problem. That's I think the last good World Series was when Kansas City beat the Mets because like both teams had strategicness to it. They were stealing, they were bunting, they were like striking players out. They were trying to make sure people had contact to make sure that they got turned into double plays. There wasn't so many shifts. Now everything is analytical to the point where I'm like, yo, and that was the other part of the whole bunting situation that I had been so upset about. They had a shift on. So there was the third baseman was between the shortstop position, like playing up against the bases pretty much, like in that
Yeah,
base path. And they had 3 people on the other side of the infield. I'm like, yo, we're really not going to try to bunt or run in. Like, we're just going to let that hole just sit there. And, like, that's the other thing. Like, you don't see people trying to beat shifts. Like, I've seen it a few times, and even then, like, it's very rare when it does happen. So, I don't know. I feel like baseball, I don't know. I don't see the Yankees. I don't see it. I don't see them making the World Series. I'm sorry. I really don't.
that's
That's
saying
my
that's
prediction.
saying a lot from a Yankee fan. That's saying a lot from a Yankee fan.
Because it's the prediction, bro. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. The Yankees are gonna start off slow. We're gonna be like close to 500. They're gonna heat up out of nowhere. All the pitching is gonna start to click like crazy. They're gonna be in first for a cool long while. They're gonna start to lose and like start to like fall off a little bit. And either A, we're gonna win the division or we're gonna get to a wild card. Like that's a given. And then it's the same thing in the playoffs. Choking from Aaron Judge, choking from John Carlos Stanton, other players not stepping up. If Aaron Judge and John Carlos Stanton happen to provide for us, and the pitching is going to be all over the place. Like, and then it's going to come down to big game. Let's go with the analytics, and we're going to lose. Like, because baseball isn't about let me see with my eyes and make decisions based on that anymore.
Which I agree, because if we just go by that, I mean, you know how entertaining that little change would be is not analytical. Like, it's sad to see. Ever since that story with Tatis Jr. when he hit a home run by like 12-1, ever since then I've been like really like you're not gonna let him. You want him to strike out? Like, come on.
Uh, baseball's going down a dark path. I'm gonna tell you that. That's the analytics. They don't want people like celebrating when they get home runs or like just having swag to themselves. Like it, no, they want no emotion at all. Like I don't understand it. I really don't. And
I
that
agree.
was why baseball was so dope back then. Like the Yankees and Red Sox rivalry, bro. Like people would literally strike somebody out and like literally tell the batter like, "Yo, go sit your ass down in the dugout, son. Go sit down." And like they'll start a fight. Now, strike three, walking off the field. I'm like, so this is the rivalry. Like we're not gonna like fight nobody. Like we're not gonna get disrespectful out here. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a whole different concept that little change can boost baseball by so much viewers. Like, it's insane to me. And not to go off topic, but my brother just put me on to hockey, and just the aggressiveness, I like to watch it just because of that.
yeah, I used to watch a little bit of hockey when I was a wild boy. I used to watch the Rangers and stuff with my dad, but hockey, it's pretty dope.
Yo, my brother said if they're a fight and the play starts, they can literally drop the gloves,
And
ref
just
go
start.
around them for 2 minutes. Like that little thing got me entertained. I'm like, bet I'm gonna watch it.
Yo. But Ethan, what's your prediction? What's your World Series early prediction? So we can wrap up.
I'm gonna still go Dodgers, even though they lost yesterday. I'm gonna predict Dodgers stay consistent.
Dodgers win it all this year.
I'm gonna say Dodgers.
Who you think they play in the American League? You can give a really, really early prediction, like just
I don't know. There you go. Give me some time.
because honestly, my sleeper team of the year is going to be the Mets. That's my sleeper team. If their pitching can look dominant this year, it's over. It's over. I think they can f around and match up with the Dodgers pretty decently. I'm not going to say it's going to be pound for pound, but you know the playoffs in baseball is just about who's hot at the right time. So
And that's why I said not yet, because I know how we get with injuries. So that's the only thing that concerns me.
yeah. So my sleeper team is the Mets for the National League, and my sleeper team for American League is going to be. I guess I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's pretty rough.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so early to predict. Like for like certain things you could predict, like NBA, even sometimes NFL, but baseball, that shit is hard.
I think the main thing with baseball is just like the difference in power this year.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna say my sleeper team is gonna be. Kansas City. Nah, I lied. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. I will say Toronto is gonna be my sleeper team. Even though they're in the same division, I probably shouldn't be going with a team from the division, but I don't know. I like Toronto for some weird reason. I saw them yesterday. They already had a decent young prospects before in Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and they got some decent pitching and they got George Springer whenever he gets healthy. So I'm gonna take that as a sleeper. And my favorites, Yankees and Dodgers. But like I said, I don't know. After what I saw yesterday, believing that analytics is still a heavy thing. That's not happening for the Yankees.
Interesting. So it's coming from Yankees fans, folks. That's saying a lot.
I can see it now. Yo, that's not a real Yankee fan. I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm a realist. I ain't one of these delusional fans. Ethan knows how I am. Sometimes I can talk a little crazy about my team, but normally it's because we sign people that just don't happen to pan out for whatever reason.
Just wait till we get Chris back on here and talk baseball. I'm gonna love to hear what he has to say.
Oh man, if the Yankees lose again the same way they lost yesterday, we're gonna hear a mean rant from Chris, and he's gonna hit. He's gonna hit one of these. When he sits on the side, can I rant? And he chairs the chair and he goes like this, gets comfortable and goes, sorry for cursing, but what the fuck?
That was probably the best Chris impression.
But bro, let's wrap it up now. We're gonna see what happens with baseball. Chris will be back next week, hopefully, and we'll hear one of these real rants from Chris if what I just said happens to go down.
Agreed.
So, hope you have a great weekend. Hope the viewers have a great weekend. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Follow YouTube. Follow Instagram. Follow TikTok. TikTok posting some videos of the sneakers. And share with other people. If you think we got some dope shoes you want to show some people, go ahead.
Again, comment below. If you want to talk about pillows, we can talk about pillows. Someone already said it. So, keep it going.
Word, bro. But Ethan, I'll see you during the weekend on the back channels. You know me, I'm going to be blowing up your phone about these cards.
Of course.
All right, bro. Peace.